Alrighty, to start off, we did a low light of 7N, 7G Goldwell Colorants, and then I have Schwarzkopf Blonde Me with 20 volume that I am using for a highlight. I wanted to make a little video on how I maintenance Bronde hair. I think a lot of us get confused on this technique because it is so different than just doing a normal highlight if you're doing a partial or a half, because with that you just do the roots and then you're good to go. But with this, it's a little bit different. So with my bronze, I always like to add in a little bit of a low light every few appointments just because it helps break everything up, and I actually think the contrast of a low light throughout the pops of blonde actually make the blondes look blonder. And doing the 7N and 7G is really beneficial, especially on blonde hair or hair that's been lightened, because that G is going to help fill it a little bit so it's a really rich, nice color, but the N's going to neutralize it so it's not too warm. So I'm just kind of throwing lowlights in randomly. I'm doing usually like 2 to 3 highlights and then one low light here and there where I feel like I need it, but I'm always ending with a highlight on top.
When you feel the world is over, when you say you're feeling lonely, if you ever need a shoulder, you know where to find me. Stop chasing all the city lights, breathe me in, go on and take your bite, count on me to make you come alive. You know where to find me tonight. You know where to find me tonight.
Key to adding lowlights into any hair color and making it look natural is one of two things. The first one being saturation. Make sure you're saturating really well so that you don't have any splotchiness once it's done processing. And then number 2 is taking very fine sections. You want to make sure you're still baby lighting when doing a low light so it's not too chunky and contrasted around the rest of the hair. The nice thing about Bronde hair colors is they are a little more low maintenance, so when your clients come in to get it touched up, you can usually get away with doing partials and halves. I really only do fulls like twice a year on clients like this. So we are doing a partial right here, which is basically just the crown area, focusing on getting the money pieces and the hairline really bright. And then we are just adding the lowlights and highlights. When I charge for something like this, I charge a normal partial and then I add an extra color mix for the low light that I use.
When you feel the world is over, when you say you're feeling lonely, if you ever need.
Here at the bowl, we are going to be root smudging, and I am doing Redken Sheets of Q 5N with a little bit of 5NA. 5N is really the base color I am looking for, and the NA is just added in to add a little bit of cool tone because she did lift a little warm since she is dark naturally. The NA is going to help cancel those warm tones out and cool it down a little bit. When I do formulations like this, I do 3/4 N, 1/4 NA, but then I do equal parts with the processing solution. I'm going to let this sit about 10 minutes, and then I forgot to fill the toning of the ends, but I did do Redken Shades of Q 7T, 8V, 8N, and it seriously was the most beautiful tone, you guys. She does lift warm, and it just ashed it out so nicely, but also kept it really bright and not too ashy, because with bronze, you kind of have to be careful not to leave it too warm or go too cool. So this is the final result. It turned out really, really good. She decided she wanted curtain bangs, so we are doing that on dry hair with a razor. I have been cutting bangs with a razor lately, and I am obsessed with this technique. I feel like it's so much easier than using shears because it's a wispier look, and it really gives you that defined texture and shape. So I am just using my razor to carve these out, and then we will start styling her.
You know where to find me.
we did add one row of extensions for fullness. We did hand-tied wefts in the colors Desmond, Freddie, and Kendra, and it's the perfect match for her Bronde hair. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't be afraid to tell me what you would like to see in the future. Have a great day, guys.